Hey, how's everybody doing? 12:02, Tree, March 3rd. What do we got going on? Well, we got futures on the move after a knee-jerk move to the downside to start the day. All right, so we're looking over here at the beginning of the day. We started right with the 322 down, made the lows there. You had the actionables that stayed in for 30 minutes. All right, and then that was it. Kind of triggered the move, and now we get to this. You know what? Chop, chop. Okay, so now we're stuck in this chop mode right now. We're looking at the hourly right here. We're going to get a flip here at 12:30, so we'll see if we get any action there. But you got the 2-1-2-2. The markets are doing better. Okay, so that's SPY. This is your daily right here, putting up a nice hammer on there. Again, we're kind of watching the 4 hour, see if something happens there. See if we can button that up a little bit, and we'll see if we can try to get what we would be looking at right now on our our next magnitude is going to be 684. That's the only one that I have right now. All right, 684.94. That's a ways away. All right, so sit tight, sit tight. All right, so that's your SPY, and then you look at your SPX. We got down to 60. We had the numbers this morning at 6,700. We hit the lows at 6,710, and we haven't looked back since. All right, coming back up. Look at this Momo hammer coming up here. All right, that's on the SPX. This is a nice turnaround, all right, after being, we were down over a little over 2.33% on the SPY, and now we're down, 1.23 right now. So we cut it in half. If even a little bit more. All right, stuck in the middle on the week here, so this isn't telling us anything. Just complete indecision there, but nice 4 hour going up with the day. Now we'll see what happens there. All right, so gonna get a flip. 26 minutes coming back, still staying up. All right, we'll go to QQQ. All right, QQQ, same thing with the week, right? Same problem there. This one that's behind you is the month. You can't really see it, but I'll work it in. All right, so kind of stuck here as you see, but the 4 hour looking exactly like the day. All right, so we'll see if anything comes out of that. Again, if you leave a little room in there, then they're going to get inside, and you know the story. But this has been pretty good momentum after taking them down pretty good this morning. So we look at the lows of the day here now on the Qs. That our low was 591.87 now, 591.87. All right, and we're seeming to be holding that pretty good too. All right, so we'll see. Choppy here again, they're stalling out here a little bit, and then let's see if we can get them to get going back up again. All right, they've been moving pretty good. Diamonds. Same story here. Started chopping now, but diamonds were the ones that kind of led the charge to the upside on this move today. All right, so again, we put a low in today there at 476.73. So we're going to watch out for that number, okay? And we're up pretty good here now. Only down $5 now. Okay, we're in much worse situation, but they have come back pretty decently. So there's your diamonds, and then we'll look at the crude, and it's the crude. When the crude goes down, the market's gonna rally. All right, and now we got the 2-1-2-2 back down now. So oil's been dropping all day. We were up 3.5%. We've given up a lot here now, coming back down. All right, so oil getting right back down to where she should be. I think this thing gets way back lower. I look at UCO, I say we're coming back to $26, somewhere in that range. but anything can happen in any given day. News can pop out anytime. So you got to have some stops in, just so you don't get killed. Okay, that's that. All right. So you go. Coming back down here now, trying to firm up here a little bit, but we'll see what happens there. All right, so crude. And what do we look at? Tech is not. It's just not doing anything here. All right, there's your Google. You know, it's down $5.43. They're chopping up again. Every time they make a move, they chop out and they end up failing, and that has been the way it's been working. If there's anyone that's good, I think, is Apple. I think Apple's holding up fairly well. Yeah, I do have that 4-hour coming down now, but you're starting to hammer back up on the 60, and you're cooking it inside here. So it's been chopping. I'm looking for this thing to turn around. All right, so try to get out of yesterday's highs would take 266.51. All right, so Apple a little bit better there. All right, let's go through some of the sectors. XLI Industrials not having its best day, and kind of following along with the diamonds, who have been very strong. Down $3.22 now, and still down 1.79% on the day. Trying to wake up here on the industrials. So if I look at the group, I got 6 stocks that are positive, and I got 24 stocks that are negative. All right, so XLI. Little and still getting the job done with this hammer coming back up. All right, so nice Momo hammer coming back up on the industrials. Who's the winners, man? The XLYs, right? We talked about that. We talked about discretionaries getting better, and boy, look at this, 2222 back up now, and on your daily, trying to fight into yesterday's business. Can you go there? 115.74. I'll tell you, man, they got them pretty good here, but it just takes one little pin drop, and things can get shaken up. All right, so XRT retail. Look at this hammer on the day here, beauty. All right, see if these start to go into force tomorrow. Tomorrow could be maybe a possibly a good day to find some exhaustion risk. More importantly, that's probably what we would find. All right, I mean, if we start going more and more up into this business, we're going to find some exhaustion risk out there. It's there, but we haven't hit it yet. All right, so as long as we're not getting it, you gotta run with it. All right, so XRT XLB got its act back together here now. Now that GDX still stayed down here, but look at the 4-hour, man, with the beautiful hammer, and we'll see if any of these can trigger anything on these 4 hours. You know, we gotta keep an eye on these, because if they trigger, sometimes they can make a move. All right, and sometimes they can make a move and stop, and all the other things that can happen. All right, so XLB definitely better, and we'll take a look at gold. Gold is trying to fight back on the day with the gapper down. All right, so here's your daily right now, still staying red. All right, so gold, you're still 2-1 on the month. So I wouldn't sitting with the gold with the month being red now and inside. You gotta step away. All right, PSLV's got same situation here. PSLV, you got the insider on the month now, and you got the quarter, and you got the weekly down. All right, so just be super patient with these guys with the silver and the gold. We'll see what happens that. But XLB had a good day. Is having a good day. Okay. Some real estate stocks have been moving pretty nice too. Vanguard having a hell of a day here. Nice move on Vanguard coming up on the daily. All right. Can you go outside? She might be able to. 96.20. You need about $1.07 to get that done. But this thing's cooking, man. We're going to get a flip here. You're going to get another 60 back up. Look at these real estates. These things are really moving nice. All right, this was the 2-1 reversal. Boom, back to the upside. All right, so Vanguard moving pretty good. EQIX. I'm just going off my top of my head now. All right, EQIX. There you go. There is your weekly with the inside week. All right, on a Tuesday. You're outside now on the 4-hour, and you're outside on the day. All right, so look at this one with the 3-2-1-3. Boom. 2-2 back up. Look at this thing go. All right, follow Vanguard. That thing is going pretty nice. INVH, Invitation Homes. This one is not doing anything here, flat, okay, as you see. Not much to talk about here. It does have a nice day going up here, but just not much moving there. CBRE, again, just kind of going off top of my head here. All right, CBRE is got the week inside. There's your 4-hour. Day's decent, but VNQ seems to be the big winner today. And then you can look at VNO. VNO's got a nice hammer here on. Look at this hammer on the 4-hour here. It's the same as the day right now. This is moving really nice too. So Vanguard, VNQ, and VNO. And EQIX, there's 3 really good ones that are moving pretty nicely. All right, so that's on your real estate sector. XLP, they're defensive and the markets are better. XLP, so here we are, right? We're down, right? Doesn't seem to need any. I mean, they really didn't do too much anyway, just in the last, coming here. It did got that high up to 90.05, actually got all the way to 90.14, but right back down to 87.46. So some of these guys not doing it. Coca-Cola missed their earnings, and so did Pepsi. So that group is kind of taking a little bit of a punishment here. Coca-Cola coming back down. Got up to $82. Reverses, comes back down. All right, we'll wait and see if these staples start to come to life again. But right now they are not. Okay, that group is kind of sitting. All right, so we'll check the financials. XLF. Good day going into yesterday's business. Pretty good too. All right, and you got the 60s coming up. We're going to get a flip in about 16 minutes. XLF on the 4-hour, kind of setting up with a 2. All right, so XLF better, still kind of crappy in the month, but we'll see what happens with that. All right, so XLE Energy, I didn't talk about that one. All right, and energy is very tricky. They're trying to keep the price of the oil down, and the drillers as well. So if you're really watching the crude here, you watch XLE, right? It's down 22 cents. You watch the UCO. That is still positive, but been taking it on the chin all morning here, right? So UCO, it's been kind of taking a hit to the downside, and then you watch OIH for the drillers, all right? Because this is the one I think is the most important one right now, all right? So on your 4-hour, you got room here, Sneaky Pete to get in. You got a nice hammer coming back up. Really not too much to talk about here. All right, the month is 2 up and it's red, so we'll see what happens with that. All right, so energy, we know the industrials are kind of weak, so we would look for see if the day finishes out like it is right now. Tomorrow we would be looking at some of these industrials and saying, how come these guys ain't moving? Because there's a whole bunch of them and ain't. We got Nike. Nike's still struggling. All right, Nike's still struggling. PL's been moving pretty good today too. All right, PL. This guy is a beast. He keeps getting out of trouble. Inside out of 60 right now. Looking to take this 2-1-2 back up. All right, we're gonna get a flip here in 14 minutes. All right, so retail good. Discretionary's good. Real estate mixed, but a couple of really good ones. Energy, it's a wild card right now. It's just too hard to call what's going to happen there. And we know that the silver guys are coming back, and we know that the gold guys are trying to fight back at least a little bit. They kind of gapped down though today, so they're struggling today. But we'll see if they want to keep the hammer down on that one. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that with the sectors. I won't get you anything by the end of the day because I got other things I got to do. But you guys have a rest of your day good. Again, protect yourself on stops. You don't have to keep them that tight. But we'll see what happens. All right, be good. Be good.